real deal New England feel.
I went off the rails. I might go down and be ashamed of myself.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Corso and Catone.
Welcome into Corso and Catone, the real deal New England feel. I'm Corso. Catone is here, and Joe is with us on air today. And
this is what he looks like. I forgot what he looked like, Chris.
Right?
Yes,
Most people did. I've come in. Well, how many episodes? I have like maybe 2, 3
several.
tops.
Yeah.
You know, mainly when Mark is sick or something like that.
When you're all watching us on YouTube, and when you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Give us that thumbs up. That's what we want, the like, and leave us a comment. And that's particularly important, and we'll tell you why today. But if you're listening to us, you're doing it on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, anywhere you podcast, you can catch us. But today we have a special show. Today it's going to be Fanmail Frenzy, Joe.
Fanmail Frenzy.
Joe had this good idea. Because we're always getting all these emails and from people and comments and things, and he said, you know what?
We can't get to them all.
We can't get to them all. And people ask us some funny questions sometimes and want to know some things about us.
Yeah.
And so we thought, hey, let's do a couple of shows. We'll do it today. We'll do it on the Pats Nation. Bring it to you guys. And maybe you get a little glimpse into the insanity.
Just a little bit.
That is Corso and Catone. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Isn't it nice to have him on there? Producer, director.
Look at him.
And a big shirt that says director on it.
You need to get him a shirt with a hat. Yeah.
You didn't see. He before the show, it took him about 4.5 hours to set that picture in his top left. There.
Yeah, I had to make sure that people understand, you know, you got Tom Brady over here, over my right, my left, as you're looking at it. And then, yes, Mr. Joe Montana right here, just to showcase the two greatest talents of quarterback history, in my opinion.
Okay. And many people's opinion, I think.
You know, here's the thing. I had to look through some of Joe Montana's stats. I'm going, yeah, he's not really all that up there. But you know what the thing is that what I like the most is that he made it all look so smooth. I think that's the difference between all other quarterbacks. He just made it look smoother. It doesn't look like a guy should be a quarterback at all.
No.
You know what I mean?
And the game changed. So his stats wouldn't be what some of these other guys' stats are anyways. You know what I mean?
Looks like he's delivering mail.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what do you say? You want to get to some of these questions?
Hey, yeah, let's get to some of these questions.
Foremost on everybody's mind.
Yeah. No.
That's what it seems to be.
Well, Joe could kick us off, you know.
Well, we got the first question coming from Paula from Attleboro, by the way. Let me post that up for you guys.
Take the train from Attleboro. Remember that?
Yeah.
Just to get on that train to go to the stadium. Yeah. All right, sorry, go ahead.
No, so I don't know when you're gonna stop talking because rarely ever do. Anyways, Paula wants to know, why did you guys decide to do the shows? That you can see right down there. A question. Why did you guys decide to do the show? And you can tell him, Chris, the story about asking me in the process.
You want me to go first?
Yeah. No, you go first. Go ahead. Since this really was your creation, you know.
So this was during, and I'll go quick. This was during COVID, and things were tough, right? I mean, business was tough. Everything, the phone's not ringing. I had already had my firm set up to work from home before COVID, because it's made sense. So I'm like kind of pacing around. I don't know what to do. And I'm watching a lot of sports radio, all this stuff, and trying to get everyone to talk to me about sports that is willing to stay on the phone with me for a long time. And these two guys are the only two that'll do that. And so I said, we should take it to the people. Let's take it to the people. Let's do it. So I called him, Joe, and I said, what do you think? I said, I got this idea for, and do you think we can do it though? You think I can do it? He's like, well, yeah, no. I said,
hey,
can do it.
It usually comes in as like code, Mark. Like, you think we could do it more like, so you think I could do it for you?
Yeah. No. I wanted to know, does he think that does he think I have the capability or talent or whatever to be able to get on one of these things and do this? Because, everybody has podcasts and they sound like shit.
They sound like shit.
It's true.
And I'm like, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. I said, if you don't think I could do this, then tell me that. We don't need to, And he said, he said, yeah, I think we can make that work, And so then I said, well, we can't do it without Mark. I said, that's just got to be Mark's got to be here. So then I called Mark, and how'd that go, Mark?
So he called me, and at first I said, What are you talking about? Like, what's wrong with you? We're gonna do a podcast? Like, what? Who's gonna listen to me and you? Right? So then we talked about it, and we're like, well, how do we start? What do we do? And we actually started with a post-game show, right?
Yeah, it was this, show. And then there was a post-game show too.
There was a post-game show, right? We were like, well,
live,
which
might come back, by the way, right?
Yes.
Yes, and that was actually fun, but it just took up so much time because as soon as the game ended, you had to set up, you had to go through your notes, you had to, it was instant reaction. But our instant reaction, Chris, guys didn't get to 2-3 days later after they were able to analyze tape. We did it like instantaneously.
Yeah.
When you think about it, Chris, we really did.
But when you think about it, Mark, to hop on your point is the fact that these other shows have analysts doing that throughout the game. So then the talent just gets on air and then reads off the script, and it's like, oh yeah, you got somebody doing it for you throughout the show, throughout the game. It's like you guys are doing it yourselves, and we were putting it up right away live.
Yeah, live.
That was the one thing Joe seemed you were surprised about. I mean, look, we've all known each other our whole life. So you understand out there, we're all related here. So we've known each other forever. And Mark and I have basically been doing this show for 30 years.
Yeah. Just not on,
Right. Just not on air. I mean, it's the same stuff. I mean, we mention it on the show all the time. I talked to Mark the other night. We were on the phone talking about, this is what we do. We were watching we watch Yankee games on the phone. So we got losers,
And let me ask you this question: but
big time losers.
What was the trigger, though, for you guys? For you to what episode? As I know you talked about this before, Chris, about the flagship stations, and you guys talk about this throughout our whole show of things that they talk about, and especially during the Belichick era, where they weren't really asking the hard questions. And what was the trigger? What episode, or what was the one thing episode that you saw that said, I got to do my own show. I can't take this flagship nonsense anymore.
Oh, so many. So many, though. It's hard to pinpoint one. But they just don't get it. No, you know what it was? I'll tell you what. During that COVID summer, Snell, the pitcher Snell?
Yep.
He pitched for Tampa at the time.
Yeah.
And people stop. People are wondering how am I going to pay my employees? The phone's not ringing. And this is what people were concerned about. And this clown comes out and he's pissed off because they want to take a little money away from that season. And then we need to make our full salary because we're cutting the season in half or whatever was going on. He's bitching and complaining about that while people are dying out there, And they were harping on it a little on the show. And I'm like, you know what? This is bullshit. I said, we gotta, and things like that. Really.
Yes. Of course, when Catone was born.
People just, it's our allergy to people.
Yeah. Right.
But because you know why? We come to it from the perspective of the fan. This is what it is. We always wanted to say the fans need a voice that's as unreasonable, as ridiculous, as just, Homer as they are.
Yeah.
Except those voices need to know what the hell they're talking about too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's good timing and good transition after Brady was leaving and Belichick. That era was sort of dying, because I was like, at the time, I was thinking to myself, it's kind of like we're on top. Like, how could you do a show and everybody's going to listen to you because everybody hates us by now as the Patriots fans? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
we are our good luck, Mark. Right? We freaking
we started this show and everything fell apart.
After all the winning happened.
Yeah.
Then
we're on talking about,
Right. It's like when I moved to Arizona. I moved to Arizona in 2000, the year 2000. What happened the year after? They won the Super Bowl.
They won the Super Bowl. Of course they did.
Anyway. All right, you want to get to another one?
Yeah. Keep it going. Keep it rolling.
All right, I got one here. I got Sal as our and you know what? We did pick some of the ones that
some guys that
are
people I always
people.
call in. Yeah, they're regulars. Yeah.
And I you know who we're going to hear from. I'm sure who we're going to hear from on this list at some point. Today.
Please. We better not. We better not. Because Joe picked it. If he's on, Joe got one from him.
So I'm sure there'll be one from her on here. Anyway.
There's got to be.
Sal from East Providence. I can't do it in Sal's voice, but Sal writes in, what's the greatest New England / Boston sports franchise in history?
That's a good question. That's a good
question.
I give it to you, Mark.
Well,
I mean, automatically the first one pops in is who?
Well, to me, it's the Celtics.
Yeah.
Celtics, of course, you got the history of Russell and Auerbach and all those guys, right? And all the banners and they got the most championships in sports history. Well, not Yankees, but you know what I mean? Instantaneous, but in Boston, you think of them. And it's interesting, though, Chris, because what's the greatest sports franchise in history? Okay, so are you going just by championships? What are we going by, right? I mean, if you go by popularity, at one time, the Patriots, you were on the metal benches. There was nobody there was nobody there. It was you and maybe 2,000 other people, right? There was nobody there. So
10 below zero against Indianapolis, and I'm sitting there with in the whole stadium with 4 of my best friends, I guess.
Right, there was nobody there. So when you look at it from that sense, the Patriots now are off the chart, but that was not always the case. Obviously, Celtics, and the Bruins, their heyday, Chris, was the 70s with Bobby Orr and Phil Esposito and Sanderson and all those guys. I mean, they want a cup with with Chara and those guys, but the height of their popularity, really was the big bad Bruins of the 70s, right? Early age, remember Channel 38? You'd be trying to get the end of the game.
Derek Sanderson and John and Cusack.
Right, all those guys, right?
With announcers.
Yeah, those were. I mean, I don't know, but the greatest
Eddie Edelman too. Andelman.
The greatest franchise, Chris. I mean, you have to. I don't know. Do you disagree with the Celtics Boston franchise?
I think honestly, I
agree with that.
I think it's the Connecticut Sun.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And the WNBA team. Listen, they're the best. They're the most storied team in NBA history.
NBA history, yeah.
So now you're talking about the Montreal Canadiens, say for hockey. I mean, that's what the Celtics are for the
Yankees
basketball.
The Yankees in baseball.
The Yankees in baseball. So they're the Yankees of basketball. So it's hard to not say. I mean, would they win 11 in a row or something, or 9 in a row?
Something like that. Yeah.
in the 60s or 50s.
I think, and then Chris, when you think about the greatest NBA players of all time, I mean, obviously now you're talking Russell.
Yeah,
right.
They probably have more Hall of Famers,
right,
than anyone else. I would say
Russell himself, just the most. I never knew this. The most winningest person in the world is Bill Russell. Of awards of and I was
anything.
Really, I didn't know that of anything of all awards of any type. He's got the most, and it's wow, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I would say it's the Celtics, but I'll tell you this: the Patriots to win. Personally, I think it's tougher to win a Super Bowl than any other type of championship. I just think it is because there's so many more moving parts, I think, to a football situation, a football team, some more guys, 53 play. I mean, there's a lot of things that factor in. Less games. You're talking about 16, 17 games. That's it. So your margin for error is minute.
Mm-hmm.
And what they did for 20 years, I've never seen that done at that consistently. So, but I would say the Celtics, guys. Yeah.
What do you think, Joe?
I think so too. I mean, it's nice to hear you guys say that because I thought, after what we had gone through with the Patriots, that you guys would definitely be Patriots, leaning that way. But I was like, maybe Sal is sort of leaning that way when he put up, New England / Boston. So I was like, that kind of like leads it in. But I'm like, no, I think Boston Celtics are the way to go. Because like if you go to the Garden, you just see those banners, man. Just like
It's intimidating.
It is intimidating.
And when you think about it, Chris, though, like even the Bruins, though, they're entrenched in hockey history because they're one of the original 6, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So they're still, even though they're not the greatest, but they're still entrenched in hockey lore and hockey history as being part of the original 6. With you know what I mean?
Yeah. So we want to know from you. We're going to get the break here and come back with more questions from you. But let us know in Heated Hotline, 855-313-PATS, P-A-T-S, or in our mailbag, corso.catone@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about all of these questions and give us your answers. We may talk about them on the show, but this portion of Corso and Catone was presented by the Pats Nation, Sundays, 8 a.m. Eastern, and we get all Patriots talk when the season begins. Oh, that's going to be the first pregame show. So make sure you stick around. When we come back, hey, more emails, more questions from you. Stick around.
Sundays are for football. And here in New England, that means it's the Pats Nation with Corso and Catone. Sundays, 8 to 9 a.m.
Back in with more Corso and Catone, the real deal, New England feel. All right, I think, Joe, you're up, right? Got a question coming up?
I do have a question. And this is it's a good one. I like this one. It kind of gets it away from sports for a second. And this is from Star from Colorado. She writes in, whose recipe for Sunday gravy is better, Corso or Catone?
I mean, that's easy.
But wait a minute. Before we answer this, we may have to tell our viewers what that is.
Cook? What?
Sunday gravy. Like they may not know what they may think we're gonna
he's
make
right.
turkey.
All right, well, go ahead. Explain it.
Well, you explain it because obviously you're going to say.
You stand over there saying, we should explain it. Well, then friggin' explain it. What the hell is it?
So when we make reference to Sunday gravy, we're talking about a marinara sauce with typically with
a red
meat,
sauce.
With a red sauce with meat in it, usually meatballs, sausage, pork, brajol, different things that would usually go into the, it's either usually I typically would consider a gravy something that's got the, you're putting the meat in it. That's the Sunday sauce, right? Not just a marinara. You can make a quick marinara during the week, red sauce, but you're not making it like you would on a Sunday.
Yeah, I think for Italians, gravy is the red sauce.
Absolutely.
Most people in the world hear gravy and they think of a brown sauce that goes on potatoes or meat or something like that.
Yeah, and that's not what we're talking about.
Whatever you Irish people out there eat. But
in Rhode Island, but a lot of Rhode Island is other parts of the country, Chris, don't call it gravy either. They have different names for it. But it's still Sunday sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Technically, what it is, though.
Well, nobody in Arkansas is making gravy.
Well, that's the thing. But here's the thing.
They're taking a bottle of Heinz ketchup and they're mixing a little water in it and they add a couple of spices and that's there.
Yeah.
How's it taste? Is it? You add a little. Put a little more. Put a little more.
Put a little
more celery salt in there, Barbara.
But I mean, technically, it is.
Listen, we want people from Arkansas to listen to us. Be nice, would ya?
But who's going to answer this question, though? By the way, now that we just told
he's going to answer this because I'm going to be honest with you. He makes this.
Cook.
You're not making
my wife will make the Sunday sauce. I won't.
Hey, listen, we can pull her into this. I'll put mine against hers all day too.
Yeah.
She I know. You know what? That's blasphemy. She'll punch me right in the throat.
So what is your trick? What's your trick? Is it your grandmother's recipe or your aunt's?
It's actually, I have a couple of different versions.
Okay.
Like I have a bolognese sauce that I make, which is meat, which is a lot of meat in there. And that one I got from my father, who actually got it from Miguel from the Blue Grotto back
the Blue Grotto.
Ago. Years and years ago, that restaurant on Federal Hill, right?
Let me tell you something, that was good.
And he got it from him.
Okay.
And then he kind of did his own thing with it, but that's time consuming. That takes a long time to make that sauce, to do it right.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
but the one I typically make, it's a puree, like he said, the marinara, and Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a combination of like my own thing, both grandmothers.
Okay.
You know, Joe, our grandmother, and
that's a question. Who are you trying to emulate? Like, who are you trying to match?
the problem is I can't match. You can't match Graham. There's no way.
You know what's funny? We had a sauce off a while ago. I didn't participate, by the way. So
I did. I had it. Yeah.
Saying. And I will say, and it was just you, your brother, and your sister, right?
There was some other. No, we had some friends. People came. We had one girl from Sicily. She showed up with hers.
Oh,
she thought it was something else. I'm like,
because here's the weird thing. What my point is that like tasting all of them, and I don't think my brother's was on the.
It was for my birthday, so I was the judge, so I couldn't enter. But it was a fun day.
But having tasted them all individually at separate times, there were elements of Graham's gravy in there.
Yeah.
To some degree. And but nobody had nailed all of the.
My sister's taste, or my mother's, her daughter, Graham's daughter, she's just okay. But see, there's no way our grandmother, there was no way you can get there to hers. So there's no point in trying. That's how I looked at that,
Wow.
So I made, it's kind of a combination of things, but it's pretty good.
The first ingredient's love, and you just don't.
That's right. It should, if it takes you less than 2 hours to make it.
Oh yeah, you're not.
Now, do you make if you're putting meatballs in it? Are you making the meatballs, or is your wife?
Yeah, I mean, I can have, but the thing about the meatballs, the cool thing about the meatballs that I've. A lot of people will make the meatballs. They'll either put them in the oven or they'll fry them first.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't do that.
What?
I make the meatball and they cook in the gravy.
Oh yeah.
So they're moist.
Hard on you?
No.
Really?
No, you make the gravy first. You get it hot, and then you put them in there, and they cook in there.
So you don't even
real moist. It's not that hard shell to them.
So you don't even fry them quick, and throw them in. You just put them in.
Put them in, and they're nice and moist.
Okay.
Nice. Do that.
All
little
right.
trick out there. Little trick. Good. I like that question. Good question. Mark, you're up with one right now.
So the next one.
Oh, here she is.
Of course, he had to put her in. Of course, Jen from Cranston.
Yes, she is.
And yes,
she's the for those of you who don't know, Jen comes with. She's hardcore, man. Oof.
But wait a minute.
I do find myself choosing her call-ins and write-ins a lot because she nails it. She nails it a lot.
You could have guessed she's got a little sass in this, and you could have guessed that she would ask this question because she listens to the show, so she knows you're a miserable SOB, Chris. She knows.
It's always me.
Listen. Her question, what she wants to know is, what disgusts you most about people?
Oh.
Right? Nails it.
Yeah, that's a Jen question all day.
That's a Jen question all day long.
Joe, you better go first there because I got this.
Joe,
I got to organize my miserable rotten
this
thoughts.
might take 3 shows for him.
This might be the end of the show. We'll just have to carry this out to the end.
Yeah, that's it. Boycotted from every station on the planet.
What disgusts me the most? People are. All right, I'm gonna do I'm gonna nail the one of the airline, so you guys don't have to go into that because we've heard that one from you guys. Is the stinky, dirty, sweaty, hot feet?
Ugh.
Taking them off on the airline. It's like when
they're in their living room.
Like they're in their living room. Like when did we get to the point? First of all, isn't it disgusting for you, the person, with your feet on something that's been trafficked over and over by literally millions of people, and they don't clean the floor. They barely clean the air. You guys have been on a flight when the you have to wait for the next one, so you're staying on the same flight, and then people are like they grab a couple of garbage cans. That's it. It's like in the movie theaters, same thing. Like, would you take your shoes off in the movie theater? Like, no, it's the same type of floor. It's disgusting. So I'll nail that one for you. That's disgusting.
I don't even go to a movie theater.
No. But Joe, I'm gonna add on to that. You know what that is to me? What you just described? It's a lack of common decency.
Right.
There's no common decency, morals, respect. These people are filthy, dirty, disgraceful animals. Like, I don't seem to understand. I don't understand. You know, they're taking their shoes and socks off on a dirty plane. They got garbage in between their toes. I mean, it's filthy. The girl, I'm next to the girl who's breastfeeding. You know, I mean, come on.
How about the girl? How about the lady that was reading? You shut the light off.
Oh, I shut the light on her. I mean, like it's just common decency. What's happened to people's common decency? I don't understand what's happened. That's my, I don't get it.
I had to give a particular moment, but what about you guys? What disgusts you the most? Besides that,
what disgusts you the most about people, Chris? Because I know you. Jen, you had to ask this, Jen.
Yeah, just like he's too many answers.
There's no modesty anymore. Like, it's one thing to be a filthy disgrace, like Mark just described. And listen, most people that I come across are filthy, rotten, disgrace. By the way, that issue with the plane, yeah, you know what you need to do? Go shut all the lights off and put one of those, what are those, black lights or whatever you call those things, right? Yeah, put one of those on in the plane. Yeah. See what the hell's on there.
No,
okay? You take. I mean, you look at something like that, you should show up in a hazmat suit from now on. Yeah. You know, never mind. Take your shoes off, you filthy pigs. But here's the thing, okay? Not only are people disgusting and all that, but they don't care about, like, they're brazen about it. It's like, hey, we're in the day and age of, hey, this is who I am.
Right.
And I'm going to record it and I'm going to put it out there for people to see. And I don't really care what you think. That's what I hate about people. Have a little modesty. Think before you speak. Say something. Don't just go stop recording yourself. I mean, there's so many things from how about the jackasses in the gym, Joe?
Oh my God.
I don't go to the gym, but you tell me these stories because I can't stand. I try not to go into public a lot.
Yeah. They get the video camera. They get the tripod.
This is coming from a man who's going to go into courtrooms to make a living. He tries not to go out in public.
But see, at least there I expect it.
Right.
Like, I expect people to be just, who they are in a criminal courtroom. This is what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? But in other places, like you said, the gym, they're recording themselves. Well, get out of here with that. Yeah. I mean, I've been in bathrooms, and I very rarely go into a public bathroom. but when I had people pull up, they're recording stuff themselves in the mirror. I'm like, oh, you can't do that in here. Is there nothing sacred anymore? Can't I take a leak without friggin' having somebody recording it?
Joe, in the gyms, right? They must leave sweat all over the machines, and gross, right?
Yeah. It's one of the gyms and it's a well-known gym now, but the one thing that they started doing was, I was like, okay, that's actually pretty cool, was putting like bottles of sanitizer and paper towels near in spots that you can get to and wipe down. And so I'm like, now it's become sort of a thing, but do people do it? No. You know what I mean?
What happened to COVID? What happened? What happened?
Yeah.
Remember during COVID, and people would, come to this restaurant, we clean. We like they advertise we're extra clean. Well, what the hell were you doing before? Well, you weren't cleaning before? I don't understand.
Speaking of that, Chris, I saw a guy. You
notice how it all has to do with cleanliness?
You bring up COVID. I saw a guy the other day, Joe. He's jogging. He's got one of the COVID masks on. What are you outside jogging for if you're going to wear one of those masks? Stay in your house. Buy a treadmill. Go for a walk on the treadmill. Like, you're running with a mask on? Then you obviously shouldn't be outdoors running if you're running with a COVID mask on. I'm confused.
Yeah, you got to tell them, keep wearing the mask, keep breathing in your own disgusting breath. Maybe you'll pass out. We don't have to deal with you anymore.
Listen, if the poor guy has some kind
population control.
One at a time.
If the gentleman has an autoimmune something, whatever, okay, maybe you got to wear a mask.
What autoimmune? Out in the world, you breathe the regular air.
Joe, I'm trying to be nice. He's going to be a filthy animal. Right? I'm trying to be nice over here, right? But buy yourself an indoor gym, buy a treadmill, something. Do it in your own home.
People.
I don't care what you do out there. Just do it away from me. Just don't bother me. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to hear about it. I'm not interested. The advent of all the social media, what the hell do I care? What you did and ate this morning for breakfast. Or what your dog ate. Or taking a picture of a pile of dog shit on the thing and say, look, my dog is feeling better this week. Look at what he did. What?
What the hell are you watching?
I'm telling you, these people do all kinds of
What
crazy
is he
shit
watching, Joe?
That's what happens in gated communities,
Yeah, what are you watching?
What about you, Mark? How about you?
One way out, man. It's
You,
scary.
Mark? What about you, Mark? What disgusts you about people mostly?
Oh, I told you the lack of common decency.
Decency is always his word.
And respect. They don't listen to me. They don't. Come on. I mean,
bicycle people.
You bicycle people. No, I brought this up a few months back on I think it was a Catone's comments 2 or 3 months ago. The people that throwing trash on the ground and all this nonsense, right? I mean, what's wrong with these people? What is wrong with them?
They don't care.
You know,
not only do they not care, they like I said, I mean, it's one thing to just be that way, but it's another thing to just be brazen about it and then acting like you're something wrong with you. Oh, like how about this? How about the people that show up to do work at your house? Oh, I love this. I love this. I love, they advertise. Oh, look, they show the guys on TV with the uniforms on and the clean and they're putting the booties on their shoes and all this stuff to show up to do work at your house. Now all of a sudden the scumbag shows up over here. I got a guy go up into the for the air handlers, to do the cleaning every year, and they put the thing back on the attic piece.
Yep.
It's all black handprints
from his handprint.
Oh yeah, nice.
What is this?
How about the guy? They come work at your house and they want to use your bathroom? They had 15 tacos the night before.
I tell them it's broken.
Tacos. Yeah, they have 15 tacos. They want to go use your toilet, right?
I said I got 6 bathrooms. I said they're all broken. I don't know, but no. The thing that pisses you off the most about it is you're the one who's uncomfortable telling them to wash their hands in your house.
Yeah.
That's the brazen, flipping, pushy attitude. They look at you like you got to wash up, buddy. I mean, you're going to touch my ceiling, and you're like, okay. Those are the things. I mean, there's so much more. We can do a whole show on it.
Open it. You open Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jen.
Of course, that was Jen. Of course.
Thank you, Jen, for that question. We're going to take another break. Come back. We have more, I think. We have more questions.
Yeah, we got a couple more.
For sure. Get to those. This portion of Corso and Catone was presented by Corso Law Group. CorsoLawGroup.com. I don't think anybody's going to hire me anymore after this one. So, allow us to be your voice. When we come back, more questions from you. No flipping.
No one ever thinks they will be in need of a criminal or traffic lawyer, but things happen. Corso Law Group is Arizona's leading criminal and traffic law firm. Their 20-plus years experience and attention to detail has helped thousands of people who found themselves in a situation in Arizona. Whether it's a traffic ticket or more serious issue, talk with these expert attorneys. CorsoLawGroup.com.
Back in with more Corso. Yesterday I was behind two people riding a bike, riding their bikes, and they look like they're going to the friggin' Tour de France with all that shit on they're wearing with the bullet helmets. Like, where you going? You're 700 years old. You got all that crap on like someone's sponsoring you.
Joe, why did bikes bother him so much?
I don't know.
An issue with people riding bikes.
I hate it. I just, like these people, they have like, designated bike lanes here.
Yeah, they have those here now too.
With the arrow and the picture of a bicycle.
Yeah.
These people. So the one person's in the lane and the other person's next to him. They're gonna ride side by side like chips. Right?
Chips.
Nobody
knows what you just said, Chips. Nobody knows that reference.
I was an old 70s.
That's all. That's all another issue.
By the way, if we have fans now, I think that most of them should be aware that this guy's most of his references are 70s television.
Last night I was watching Super Friends.
Super Friends.
Awesome show.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're riding next to each other. So he's in the driving lane. Hang on the horn. Get out of goddamn. All right. We're back in. Of course, I went Catone. What do we got? Joe, you're up, I think, right? Who's next?
Is it me? Yeah. Actually, here's a good one. I had to put this one in. This is from Julie from North Providence. She writes in, which of you has the craziest football ritual? Now, I'm going to go ahead and answer this one first because I know that mine's way shorter than either one of you two, because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't have any rituals. But then I realized that I was like, oh no, I got a couple of shirts that I wear that if I don't put it on.
We pulled you right in, Joe. We pulled you in.
If I don't wear like a certain shirt or a certain timing of like I have a hat that I just bought, and I haven't gotten to get the hat to be a winning hat yet. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I do try something new with the ritual routine, but definitely is one shirt that if I get it on before the game starts and we win, or we have won, we keep winning with that shirt, but that doesn't happen all the time. So how about you two? I know I've seen Chris's.
Well, Chris is going to have to go last, Joe.
Yeah. Yours is worse. Yours is worse because you quiet about it.
I'm not worse. Listen, so there's a couple of different rituals. So if I'm actually going to the game.
Wait, before you say that.
Yep.
People understand. I think you're the same. It's not really based on, like, if they don't win, then you stop doing it. This is just you do it, regardless of wins and losses, right?
Regardless of wins and losses, yeah. So
I'm the opposite when it comes to that, though.
No, so so if I'm actually going to the game,
which we're not supposed to do.
Which we're not supposed to do, but we do.
I don't know. Oh God, I wish I didn't say that.
I've got the same hat that I've been wearing for probably from 30 years. Okay. It's the same one. It's actually the color of it matches. I think it's close to the uniforms they wore when Parcells was here, because that's probably But anyway, so I got this hat and this pullover that my wife keeps trying to.
Oh, that's right.
Every year when we flip over clothes, no, what are you doing? Give me that. What are you doing? You can't get rid of that. No. So that's my. It doesn't matter if it's 100.
Describe the pullover though, everybody.
No. I got no. That other one I bought, that yellow thing I bought.
The yellow one.
No.
It was once one.
It's a Patriot pullover that I wear. That when I go to the games, it doesn't matter if it's 90 out. I gotta wear it. It doesn't matter. I'll put shorts on, but I gotta wear it. Right. So, but when I go to the game, that's different. But at home, I'm not. See, at home, I don't have too many rituals at home. All I got to do is I do have to sit. It's the same chair, same seat. I have to call him at the same time. So there's no phone calls. About an hour. So as soon as it's about an hour before the game, there's no more phone calls. There's no interaction between him and I. You would think there would be. There's no interaction. This has been going on for 30 years. No interaction. The only interaction now, because we have texting, is
sometimes text. Sometimes text, because text wasn't invented.
Wasn't invented 30 years ago when this started, these rituals. So he'll text me the inactives. That's the only thing I'll hear from him, is who the inactives are for the game, and that's it. No other communication can occur. Communication occurs after the first offensive series. If we start on defense,
while before I hear him.
It's a while before we hear from me. And it's got to be after the first offensive possession. Not during it. It has to end. Touchdown, whatever it is. And then I call him. And then it starts. And then we don't get off the phone pretty much the whole game. But that's how the communication goes. It can't happen any other way. You know,
you call him first before you
call him first. He does not call me. I call
at
him
all, ever. Like throughout the whole game.
That is ritual.
No, that's my ritual. It's just a ritual. But after,
like, I can't. There's times I want to call him. I can't.
Never called. He does not call me during the game. I make the phone calls. If he's going to go to the bathroom, all right, good. He waits, because then I'll call him back. whatever. But that's my ritual. That's just how it's
there have been a couple of times where I've called him during a game.
Or I get pissed.
He gets pissed off. He's like, "What are you calling me for right now?" I'm like, "Okay, screw it, I hang up." I just hang up, and then, but he always ends the call the same way. So it's like he makes the call, he ends the call. Like that's it. So we'll be talking.
He's in mid sentence. Something happens. I'll call you back.
That's it.
I can't get up.
The statement is always no. It's never. I'll call you back. It's this. No. It's this. It's I'll call you.
Yeah.
I'll call you back. I'll call you back. That's it.
I was going to say, are you an actual television goodbye where it's like you don't say goodbye, you just hang up the phone? I'm like, why?
No, he says that. He says those words.
That's my line.
He says, I'll call you back. Click.
That's my line. Yeah.
Don't matter what's being said. And by the way, when I pick up the phone, anytime, well, this is like regardless of games, just anytime we talk on the phone, it's just. You answer the phone and he's in mid-sentence.
My last ritual is, and then Chris will go on for the rest of the show. If it's a 4 o'clock game,
at
4:30, this has been going on for 30 years. I pour myself a glass of wine at 4:30.
Wine. I thought it was another W.
Nope. Glass of.
Oh, he's got to be
30
coherent.
years ago, I wasn't drinking bourbon, so it was wine. So for 30, that I never changed it. But for 30 years, it's been 4:30 glass of wine. And if I don't have wine in the house, I go nuts. I make sure I got the wine. Everything. I'm like, it's 3 o'clock. I gotta go. I have no wine. I go buy a bottle of wine. My wife's like, bottle of wine. I said the Patriots are playing at 4. Oh, okay. She knows I get the bottle of wine.
Even if it's Colorasi or something like that.
I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. It's gonna be. I gotta have a 4:30 glass of wine, and then he knows. He's like, yeah, because when I get upset and excited, he says you're gonna spill the wine. He knows, right?
Yeah, the jug of wine. Now I actually witnessed this guy's ritual.
Oh, I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it.
It's a ritual. I didn't even realize what a ritual was until I witnessed it.
Go ahead, Chris.
Tell us, Chris. Tell us.
I mean, I can't take the whole show doing it, but here's just I'll try to So I have to listen to an entire pregame show. I hate to do this because we have our own pregame stuff, but I have to listen to the entire pregame show. That's like, so that's 3 hours. So it all starts 3 hours before. Okay. Wow. And so, I mean, I thought I'm trying to condense it because I could go through the scenarios and it'll take a long time. So anyway, all the trash has got to be taken out of the house. Okay. All it's got to be emptied. Every trash barrel in the house have to be empty. Okay. All the towels that are hung on the towel racks have got to be perfectly folded and hung that way and like line up the back and the front of it. Okay. Every toilet paper roll has to be perforated perfectly in the house for all the bathrooms.
You do the triangle fold?
No, triangle. No. Stop. Shut up, will you? So, all right. All toilets have got to be flushed half an hour before each game, and the lids have to be closed. Okay.
Oh my God.
Then all the pictures, I got a lot of memorabilia crap. Everything, the measure, and I've kind of got off this a little bit because I catch a lot of crap. All the measurements between pictures have got to all be the same. Okay. All the clocks have got to be synced in the house everywhere. Okay. The outfit is the outfit. I mean, I've gone through the shirts. Remember the shirt I had, the white one with the it was red and then it turned white. But that fell off me one game. It just disintegrated and I had to like replace it. You know what I mean? But then when I replace it, I go in front of the Patriots old 70s. I got a Patriots helmet that's a lamp, the old logo.
That is pretty cool.
I do this thing in front of it where if I'm introducing a new article of clothing, I got to do a little ritual. And then
in front of the head, the helmet.
Yeah.
Really?
With the light on. And everything's timed. So this particular trash has to go out 40 minutes before. The rest of it goes 30 minutes before. Then I got a ritual with my kids that I do this thing with them. It has to be 20 minutes before. Okay. I start the recording because I have a video library of every Patriots game since 1993. Okay.
Wow.
And so that recording is going to start 8 minutes. You know when it happens? It happens on CBS when they go first on the field.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they go first on the field on CBS, that's when the recording begins. I come downstairs, then I got another little ritual that I do, you know, in here. I got to knock on the walls 24 times on each side. There's more, but,
There's more.
There's a lot of crap.
It sounds like you're adding to them, the ones that I've seen.
I actually have subtracted a few things.
Really?
I have, because,
Wow.
it's nuts. Now, I don't do it for other sports. This is just the Patriots.
I think there's a different name for that in that ritual.
Yeah, insane is what it's called. Insane. But the funny thing is everybody knows it. Oh, and my mother has to call me. She's been doing this for 20 whatever years. 30 minutes before the game, she calls.
Yeah.
To wish me luck. Good luck on the game today. No matter where she is.
That's why I asked you, Mark, if that call to him is your ritual or his ritual.
No, that's my ritual.
Oh,
We've been doing that for 30 years. That's mine. That's mine.
Well, we'll be on the phone midstream. Like, we just talk. Like, there was Super Bowls. We're on the phone like the whole game.
Yeah. No, I know that. That's the last time I was there in your house watching the game, and then you called Mark.
Oh, and he gets pissed when somebody's here. If somebody's here, because I don't like watching games with people. Like, I don't want. I mean, you guys, that's different. But like, because you understand, other people.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the time when in-laws were in town and my brother-in-law?
It was bad. It was bad.
This kid in the background was drinking too much. They were playing Cincinnati and we were losing.
Oh.
Okay, and I was forced to allow this kid to watch the game. He's on the phone with me now, right? And this kid's now cracking my eggs, busting my bean, going. Well, that was a really good call by Belichick, was it?
Yeah.
I hear this. Who the F is that over there? He starts screaming on the phone. Like, I'm trying to find the speaker button to shut it off, Get them out of there. Get them out of that goddamn room. No wonder why they're losing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. So,
yeah, that's it.
No, he's worse. So to answer Julie, he's worse. He's good. He's nuts with the rituals, Julie.
Yeah.
So, listen, I'm going to jump in, Joe.
We want to go to break first. Then
go to break, then I'm going to jump in because we may not have time, and there's something I want to, because this leads directly to what he just talked about.
All right. This portion, of course, of Catone was presented by the Pats Nation. Sundays, 8 a.m. Eastern, all football, all Patriots, all the time. We come back. Mark's got something he's going to bring up. 20 seconds, right back.
Sundays are for football. And here in New England, that means
it's the Pats Nation with Corso and Catone.
Sundays, 8 to 9 a.m.
Back in with more Corso and Catone, the real deal New England feel. All right, Mark, you're up.
Now, Mark, I don't know which one you're gonna come out with.
Listen, but so he brings up all these rituals, Joe.
Yeah.
Everything he does, pregame, hour, half hour, 15 minutes. Do you know why we lost the Super Bowl in 2007? A perfect season we lost.
But hey, guy, let me ask you this question. Now, you mentioned this, Chris, as far as if you do lose, what do you do? Like when I said, like, if we lost or if we don't have a game-winning a win, like I'll swap out the shirt to try again or wash the shirt to make sure that there's it's gonna clean slate.
That's a superstition. That's not a ritual.
I know.
But Joe,
that's all I have.
Joe, he didn't do all the rituals that day. He couldn't have because he wasn't home.
Right.
So now listen.
I did them. Okay.
The worst thing is he physically went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No good. No good. No
Begged
good.
me not to
no
go.
good. I begged him. I said, listen,
Threatened me with a shiv.
This is the one you can't go to. Well, this is not the one to go to. I don't care what Super Bowl you go to. It cannot be this one. I begged him.
I'll shiv you. I'll stab you, he said.
Listen, No, listen. This is going to Paul from Providence, our worst nightmare. Sent this
Yeah.
And he wants to know, and this kind of goes with this.
I really agree that it was my fault.
It was. Listen, he says, since you guys call yourself fanalists, he's busting our beans. This guy loves to bust our
I
beans.
hate Paul.
He loves
I
to
hate
bust
you,
our beans.
Paul.
He says, since you guys call yourselves fanalists, what are each of your top 5 moments from the Brady Belichick era, ranked 5 through 1? My number 1 is the 07 Super Bowl. He says, oops, who won that one? Because, of course, Paul's a Giants fan.
I hate Paul. And every chance he gets, he wants to put the screws. Because you, jerk face, over there, had to go and tell him.
Me?
You had to go tell the people how it was my fault about 07. Now Paul's been relentless since then about 07.
Yeah, right?
So
Stop living in the past, Paul. Stop living in the past.
That was like the Giants' greatest moment, right? They keep reliving it.
Otherwise,
right?
you're gonna go back to Bavaro.
They keep reliving. Listen, well, this is a tough one, Chris.
Yeah.
Like this is a tough one. I don't even know if we got enough time.
I mean, okay, but we could all come up with one.
One, right? Maybe 2.
So wait, what is it then?
He says, what are each of your top 5 moments from the Brady Belichick era ranked 5 through 1? That's a whole show.
That's definitely a whole show.
That's a whole show.
Well, what do you got? What do you think?
I have my number 1, but
ahead,
I don't know if I have.
I
Go
gotta
ahead.
think about it. It's like
I gotta think about it. Go ahead, Joe.
My number 1 is the comeback, so I don't want to throw that one out there right away, but that's my number 1. Like as far as moments, all right, I feel that we all might say that, but if not, I'm going to throw that as my number 1, but I'll throw a 3 or 4, and then one of the favorites is still 2007. Sorry, guys, but for the first
that's your favorite moment?
No. For the first time in history, I was able to watch a style of football that the Patriots should have been doing forever, and we still talk about it. And it's Brady to Moss, like just any moment. And majority of the time, it's that one-handed grab. I forgot what game it was, but Brady to Moss, just like that moment, those moments all the time. I was just like, this is what it should have been like. This is what it always should be like. Why don't we do this? Why didn't we learn from that? But it was always fun to watch because it was just like, that. That would be top 3, let's say, You guys, look at deep in thought. Thank you, Paul. This is why, by the way, I keep putting Paul's stuff.
So there's so many moments, right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. 20 years.
If you take mine, I'm screwed.
All right, so here's what I'm not gonna take yours. I don't think I'm gonna take yours. Here's why I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna pick this one just because just because of the type of fan I am. Mine, because I think Chris and I we were on the phone, of course, and I don't think you were here at the time. But I think we were on the phone. We were both got choked up. We were in tears pretty much when Vinatieri hits the field goal to beat the Rams for the first.
Good one.
That was mine. He took mine. Yeah, no, but why?
That was just because. I mean, for you, it was. There was some emotion there because why people.
Same with you.
People weren't there, but it was that's my moment. The first one, the Vinatieri kicking that field goal against the Rams was
that euphoria. That I've never had a more euphoric feeling
as a fan, right?
As anything.
Yeah.
In anything in my life. Well, okay, my kid's being born. Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
But
that's different.
That's
different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Whatever. You know what I mean? I feel like
different.
Rocky, except for my kid's being born. The greatest night in the history of my life. No, but,
Joe, another 70s movie, Joe.
Another 70s movie.
No, that moment. Yeah, I mean, we all cried.
That was
because
something.
it was just,
It was so improbable, Joe, that whole year. Like,
yeah.
to make it there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and
the
you
whole
know what?
idea of the Patriot, the logo, the flag, the 9/11, all of it.
You know what the crazy thing was? Yes, it was the 9/11. It was just a culmination. But they had played the Rams, Joe, earlier that year in Foxborough.
We were together.
We were together.
What do you mean we got to be quiet? What?
Now, we're together. We're at somebody's house who will remain nameless. So we go there. I bring some beers, whatever. Chris brought, at that time, we were eating. He must have brought like 6 castrata pizzas. I don't know what the hell he brought, right? So we get there. So the game starts. And the house we were at, they had a infant child, young, I don't know, a few months old, maybe a few months old. I don't know, 4 or 5 months old. So the game starts. And the guy turns to us and he says, "Oh, you guys got to be quiet. See, my wife's trying to put the baby to sleep." And Chris looked at me and said, "What did he just say?" I said, "Well, we got to be quiet." So he says, "Oh, all right." We stayed maybe 10 more minutes. I look, here he is. He's got concerted pizza under his arm. He's going, "Let's go. Let's go." We go to my place, right? I can't watch this.
Full boxes of pizza.
I can't watch this game with him. But that night, we looked at each other and said,
because the Rams were the measure stick. They were the team that was supposed to win the Super Bowl all season.
We made a couple of mistakes in the game, and we looked at each other, and we were like, we can beat this damn team. If we play this team again, we could beat them. But the only issue was, how the hell are you going to get to the Super Bowl to beat them? You know what I mean? You had to get there.
Because physically, the Rams had never gotten beat around like that on the field. And they even said it. They even said it post-game.
They said it post-game. That was their mistake. That's all Belichick had to hear leading into that Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I mean, that was the most, I would say, maybe not Brady Belichick moment, but when you say Brady Belichick era, then that includes Patriot moment, right? Because you use the word era there.
Yeah. Because Brady brings him down the field, right? The famous John Madden quote, "Well, they should just kneel on the ball and go to overtime," right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I should say, let me back something up. Mark mentioned something quickly about the emotions involved, about my father, people that weren't there that here anymore. Back to one ritual that I didn't mention, and I should. My father and I used to watch every game together, forever, since I was a little kid. Even when they were blacked out, we'd listen to it on the radio, and as you guys know. And so he always sat to my right. Okay. So behind me, it's a media room, so there's like a bunch of chairs, So I designate that the center chairs were kind of my chair. So the chair to the right directly to the right of that, no one has ever sat in that chair during a game, ever. And nobody in the house, people come in, nobody even thinks to sit in that chair during a game. That's like open, because I feel like he's sitting there,
Yeah.
But based on a lot of that stuff, I agree with these guys. I mean, I was in Arizona when the Super Bowl happened, on the phone with him, and we knew. When did we know they were going to win that game? When they got...
Well, there was a couple of moments I think we knew.
Beginning, before the game even began, when they were announced as a team.
Well, yeah.
And no one had ever done it before.
I forgot about...
No one had ever been announced, and I know we got to go, but no one ever announced before as a team. It was always, And when that happened, he and I are on the phone. And I said, "Mark, they're going to win this game today. They're going to win this game." It just fit. It all fit.
Yep.
So
that's a good one to end on too.
Those were great. Hey, listen, those were great. We really appreciate all of those emails. I know we're going to do this on the Pats Nation as well for you guys to listen to. So stick around for that. But Corso and Catone was presented by the Pats Nation. Sundays 8 a.m. Hey, we always have all Patriots talk all the time. And make sure you're tuning back into Corso and Catone for upcoming episodes. But for Mark, Joe, we appreciate all the call-ins, all the write-ins. We are Corso and Catone, the real deal New England feel. See you next week.
Now find Corso and Catone on AM 790, The Score, iHeartRadio, iTunes, wherever you podcast. Or subscribe to the YouTube channel and catch the chaos every Saturday at noon.